The Power 96 Morning Show, JP, Big Lip, and Africa, ladies and gentlemen. Help me welcome the King of the South, T.I., baby!
Yeah.
What's going on, brother?
What's happening?
How you doing?
I'm coolin', man.
Where you been? You been everywhere, huh? Everywhere?
Yeah, man. I've been moving around, man, quite regularly lately.
Yeah? Oh, wait, what finally happened with this whole Instagram debacle with your daughter and that kid who said something,
I don't even know what you're talking about.
No? Didn't something happen? Some kid said something about your girl on about your daughter on Instagram. No?
I don't know.
Oh, that DJ B-Right.
No, that's
you know who that is?
No. Listen,
you know who that is? That's DJ B-Right. We're giving you false information.
I'm gonna tell you what it is. It's the politically correct answer. I don't know what you're talking about.
Ah, okay.
It's the politically correct answer.
Okay. You plead the fifth. Talk to me about this contest on Facebook.
Okay.
What's up with that?
Okay. I would love to talk to you about it, so somebody tell me about it.
There's a contest on your Facebook page.
I will tell you everything I know about it, starting now.
There is a contest on your Facebook page that says that people can win money and all kinds of stuff on there. No?
Or is that a fake Facebook page? Like, do you have a bunch of fake Facebook pages?
I don't know what you guys are talking about. This interview started out, I mean, with two questions that I know absolutely nothing about.
All right, well, look.
You guys have some very, 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 like your resources on.
That's bad. They're bad. All right, T.I., talk to me about the new album, brother. How about that?
Last album on Atlantic.
Not necessarily. You know what I'm saying? It's just, you know, my last contractual obligation presently.
Got you.
You know, we can definitely, Atlantic and myself could definitely come to terms on something is whenever they see fit, you know what I'm saying, to come to the table with it. But the album nonetheless comes out on December the 18th. Okay. And it's entitled Trouble Man. Heavy as the head.
So talking about the album, you worked with, I know you have a song with Lil Wayne, which is kind of like a party song. Yeah, right? Wow. Yeah, and you also had a song with Andre 3000.
Yeah.
How was that, man? Like working with Andre?
It was, you know, it was a phenomenal experience, and definitely well worth the wait. Well worth the wait.
So, and also, like, when you got locked up, I was looking at something online, man, and you made a comment about, oh, jail made you more arrogant. What did you mean by that?
No, I don't know if it was arrogant. It was just that it my first incarceration, after I had gone through that whole process of, you know, rehabilitating myself, you know what I'm saying, going, speaking to kids, and, you know, just doing the right thing for so long. And, you know, I guess I had adopted new policies for my personality, and you know, I was practicing a new procedure of my character. And so when you take me from that, and then after I, you know, had made so much progress, you send me to prison. Now you put me in an environment where, you know, these practices and procedures, they don't apply in here. You know what I'm saying? I can't use what I've learned in here.
Gotcha.
So now I have to put that to the side, and I have to focus on, you know what I'm saying, the type of personalities and practices and procedures that it take to survive in this environment.
Right. Yeah.
So by the time I make it up out of this environment, the things that I've learned have gone to waste. And because now I've adopted new policies and new procedures.
Gotcha, I feel you.
You know what I mean?
So, like, how hard is it to stay relevant? Because, you know, you have a lot of cats that they're around for maybe one song, maybe one album, but it's like you go, you come back. You go, you come back. You go, you come back. How do you stay relevant? Because, like, a lot of cats, like, don't have, like, a hot song.
And do you see retirement in your future? Do you ever want to just call it quits or just be like, yo, I'm going to hang it up? Or are you going to keep rapping forever?
No, I'm definitely not going to do that. You know, I'm definitely not gonna rap. You know, I might have 2 or 3 more albums in me. You know, I might get I'm on 8 now. I might make it to 10, 11.
Does T.I. have another book in him?
Maybe.
Yeah?
Maybe. I have thoughts of another book. You know what I'm saying? Whether or not whether or not I choose to dedicate the time and attention to it right now in the near future is the question.
How much time and attention do you have to put into something like that when you're writing a book? Do you have a ghostwriter, or is that something that you do?
No, it's not a ghostwriter. It's a collaborator. I collaborate with David Ritz.
Okay.
And basically it's like, you know, you and I, we sit here with a tape recorder and we brainstorm, you know, just you know, give our ideas, our thoughts about character breakdowns, about character arcs, about, you know, the plot progressions and so on and so forth. And then, you know, David takes that conversation, and from that he makes a manuscript. From that manuscript, I make my corrections, my comments, my input, give my input, and give it back. And we pretty much pass that back and forth until, you know, the book is complete.
The one thing I love about your reality show is it shows what a great father you are.
Thank you.
With all your kids. Whose idea was it to get into the show? Were you kind of hesitant to be like, yo,
it was my
cameras?
idea.
It was your idea?
Yeah, it was my idea because I felt like I was being judged under false pretense.
I was gonna ask how important was that to your image? Because like you had this image, like, you know, this is T.I. Oh, T.I. is a gangster, you know. But people, you know, but people didn't quite understand like your role.
Retired gangster.
Yeah, retired gangster. But that was just the perception everybody had. Like, you know, okay, look, I'm a father. I'm a good father. I'm really engrossed in my family. Like, was that important to you for people to see that side of you? Because that's a side of T.I. that, you know, people.
Not a lot of people see.
Not a lot of people see.
I mean, I think it was important that people see the speculative nature that they were judging me from was false. You know what I'm saying? I just want to be, you know, just tell the truth on me. You know, if you're gonna speak on me, people were taking moments in my life, you know, like real snapshots of who I am. You know, like they'll take a headline which came from one day and one incident, and they want to make that the basis of my character, when that's not the truth. You know what I mean? That was just one day. You know, like all I do is ride around in Maybachs and sip lean and make U-turns.
Speaking of Maybachs,
and that was just that day. You know what I mean?
Stereotyping.
Yeah, speaking of Maybachs, you made a comment in a song about put up your Maybachs, I believe.
Now that wasn't in a song.
I mean,
Instagram.
I mean, Instagram or something.
Yeah.
You made a comment about
put the Maybachs up. New car alert, basically.
Yeah, but I mean, it's a new car alert. But some people took that as if you was like taking a shot at, and I gotta clarify this. So a lot of people don't know. And a lot of people think that you were taking a shot like maybe at Ross. You know, I know that's false because you explained that.
That's funny because I spoke to Ross and he didn't feel like that. So why did anybody else feel like that?
But that's how people are.
I spoke to Meek. He didn't feel like that. So why would anybody else feel like that? See, what people need to do is just mind their own damn business and quit trying to create conflicts where there aren't any. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If you just, you know, I have a saying. If you spend half of your day making money, the other half of your day counting money, it shouldn't be no time left in your day to be in my business. So if you got enough time in your day to be in my business, either you ain't making enough or you ain't counting enough. So you need to get your life together.
Do you need any counters on your team? Do you need any counters on your team? I'm good.
I'm pretty good with that. pretty good.
And just going back to like your reality show, like I'm assuming that all of that is 100% real. Even your love for your wife, and that's admirable to me because like, how long have you been with
Tamika? We've been together, man. Let me think. 11, 12. Is it 11 going on 12 or 10 going on 11? One of those.
That's crazy though, because I can't even like a girl after 12 days.
Actually, it's 11 going on 12 because it was 2001. I think it was like summertime going into the winter of 2001.
Was she hesitant at all when you came up with this whole, hey, listen, baby, we're going to have cameras follow us around?
Not at all.
No? You loved it, huh?
Other kids either.
They
were like, about time. You know?
Now we get some TV time.
My time to shine. Sit back.
How long is that? Because you sit there and you see that it's your life on television. How long do you? It has to be an inconvenience at some point to have a bunch of random dudes in your house following you around.
Every now and again, it can be inconvenient. But you know what I'm saying? It's worth it though. It worth it for me to have my son say, "Excuse me, Daddy, you in my shot."
Yeah.
You know.
Dog, how funny is it when you see your shorties and you say they got the same personality that you have, and it's like they try to get away with crap that you get away with.
Different parts and different pieces of it. You know what I'm saying? I can definitely see parts of me in them. You know.
The reason I said I love that. I love the episode when your son wanted to be a rapper. And you told him nothing comes easy. You made him do it his own way and write his own rhyme. And I like that. You setting, some these morals in him. That's.
I'm doing the best I can, man. I'm doing the best I can, man. You know, I got six knuckleheads. 6, well, at least 4. I got 4 knuckleheads for sure. 4 for sure.
Ooh, no, you raised 6 shorties. I can't afford my 2.
What's next on the big screen for T.I., man? Talk to me.
Well, February 8th, Identity Theft will be in theaters. That's a comedy.
The dude from American Pie, right? Isn't that?
American Pie? No.
Is it
Jason Bateman?
Jason Bateman.
Dude from Horrible Bosses.
Oh, okay.
And Hancock, and I forgot what other shows he was in. I think The Switch. Yeah.
And you got a reality show. Not a reality show. You have a show on Stars, I believe.
Boss.
Yeah.
I was in
Trey
the second
Rogers.
season of Boss, which Stars Network for some reason, for budgetary reasons, decided not to renew a third season.
Really?
But for all of the fans who religiously watch the show, don't worry, because we will continue the story. We will.
Do you watch TV? Speaking of TV, do you like
Yeah.
it? What are your favorite shows on television right now?
Oh, good question. Sons of Anarchy.
Oh yeah, baby. Are you up to date with the seasons?
Man, I gotta catch up. I gotta catch up with season 5. I
Okay.
saw the first 2 episodes, but I just hate watching them one episode and wait till the next week.
Yeah, so you can get them on Netflix.
I know it, but see, you gotta wait until they don't put them on. They don't put
Right.
the season on until it's complete.
Right.
So you know what I'm saying. I'm gonna wait till the entire season is completed. So please don't tell me.
Yeah.
Please don't
You know what
tell
we
me.
need to get you? We need to get you a part on what's the show on HBO about the bootleg?
Boardwalk Empire?
Yes. We need to get you a little part on there. What do you think? I know Martin Scorsese. You want me to reach out to him?
You still here? you ain't dialing yet?
T.I. in the studio, baby. The King of the South album drops December 18th. It's definitely a stocking stuffer.
The week before Christmas, you can't miss me.
I got a question. What is your favorite album? I got all the albums that you've done. And like my all-time favorite, and I argue with people all the time, is Urban Legend.
Thank you.
That's like right there. That is like my favorite all-time T.I. album. Is that your favorite album too? In terms of like the one where I know you put your heart and your soul into.
They all are. I mean, just to be honest with you, man. They all represent. They are snapshots of me in different parts and periods of my life. So it just depends on what mood I'm in and what part of my life I would like to, reflect back on. You know what I'm saying? They all represent me at a different area and a different stage in my life.
Well, that's admirable, man, because like I know a lot of the stuff that you rap about, well, actually all the stuff when you reflect on your own life is true. But there are a lot of rappers out here that tell these stories that they didn't even live like that. Like as an artist, do you look at it as like a smack in the face? Like, damn, this dude ain't do that. Is he really rapping about that?
Well, I mean, not even as an artist, just as a human. That's what you call. That is the finest form of hypocrisy. You know what I mean? You are promoting, behavior and activity that you ain't justified to speak on because you never experienced it. It's just like if I were to come out right now and start talking about, with conviction, convincingly, talking about surviving cancer. You know what I mean?
But you never had it.
I never had it. And cancer survivor. I'm like, man, the nerve of this dude, man. He just take our pain. He takes it for granted because he's just out here, like it's just cool to just talk about it if he hadn't experienced it. He don't know what I go through. He has no idea. So that's the same way we feel,
Yeah, and something I touched on earlier, just about adversity. Like, you've been through a lot. Like, you've been through a whole lot. I don't know another artist. I'm not just saying, because I'm not one of them dudes that's just going to sit up here and toot your horn because you're here. Because I just keep it real. But, like, you've been through so much. How are you able to, like, just like to go through so many things, still persevere and still be on top? I mean, you're hindered, of course, because of your legal situation where you're not able to move and shake and do what you do.
That was temporary. It's over now.
Yeah. So to go through all of that, all of that, like, how was you able to keep your peace of mind? Because I know some dudes, they
family,
they'll disappear for a minute, a year, won't have an album or two for a year or 2 years, and they can't come back. It's like they just can't do it. Like,
I think, man, it's the grace of God more than anything, man, and strong support system and man, you know what? I'm just extremely above average, and I'm kind of like a lot better at what I do than other people are. You know what I mean? And I think at the end of the day, when all else fails, you can't take away from talent. You can't take away from just a person who who keep it 100 with everybody all the time, whether they like it or not. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And just real people. You know, when people feel, when they get a vibe from you and they feel that you just a solid cat. You know, even if your record ain't hot, they gonna rock with you because they feel like you a solid cat.
Yeah. And
so a lot of times it's that part that separates me from others, and then the part that my music sound better than theirs.
No, it's true. And one thing I can say is that the first time I met you was like at Mansion back in 2000, dude. When you did a show with.
Do you remember him?
That was, I think you're talking about.
Was it
with that reggae. No, you had a song with another reggae artist. I forgot.
Beanie Man.
There it is. The song you had with Beanie Man.
Okay.
That's the first time I met you, and like through the years though, every time I met you,
they let me in Mansion back then.
Yeah, they did. Yeah, and I got a picture right here from a year later when you came out.
That was a good night.
That's crazy, right?
That.
Yeah, you're looking like a young buck.
Yeah, that's my. Look at me. I got my what's that? That's my Dominique Wilkins. Got my Dominique Wilkins throwback.
I just found
that. Oh, I got on a chain with no charm.
Yeah. That's before the multi-platinum album.
For sure.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, I got to show it for the camera.
Bankrolls.
Yeah.
You a Falcons fan? Falcons fan? They going to the Super Bowl or what?
Yeah, they definitely are.
But one thing I can say, dude, is like you and Luda, and I know Luda since like '98. Y'all have never ever changed, dude. Like you meet them, Alex. I don't know if it's an Atlanta thing. I don't know if all Atlanta artists is like that.
They not.
He said they not.
I ain't gonna lie for you.
Yeah, like every time I saw you, it was like, yo, what's up? Standing there, well, he recognized me, and I don't care. But you just is always like, you know what I mean?
Money doesn't change everybody, right, T.I.?
Nah, it changed the people around you more than anything.
Yeah.
People feel like they supposed to treat you different because you have money. You know.
Or that you owe them something, right?
I mean, it might not even be just that. They just might treat you different in hopes that you might give them something.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You know, whether they feel you owe it or not. People treat you different when they feel like you got something they want.
So how do you know who to trust?
When you go diversity shoot.
I mean, easy. I just kind of don't trust nobody for real. You know what I mean? I mean, or at least I trust you as far as I see you. You know what I mean? If you tell me, hey man, I'm gonna wear a black shirt today, I say, oh, okay, I trust that. Until I see you and it's not black.
And it's pink, then you go, oh shit.
Oh, mental note. You know what I mean? So that's you allow people the opportunity to present themselves and be trustworthy and stand up about it. But you just, you know what I'm saying, take notes and memorize the times that people are not.
Are you a question real quick? Because I know the election just finished. Are you into politics?
I mean, only when it affects me directly.
Well, it would affect you with them damn budget cuts they was doing to all the rich people.
Well, you know, I mean, I don't even see that because for me, even though I'm above average financially, you know, my funds are divided, and you know, to where they are allocated to those who are less fortunate in my own family first. You know what I mean? So,
do you take care of a lot of people in your family?
Shh.
You
don't even want to know. You don't even want to know.
That's good though, but they're family, man. That's why they're family.
Yeah,
you know?
Absolutely. I couldn't even begin to explain. Family, friends.
That's good.
You know, distant family.
We friends?
We all right.
I mean, my mama said the closed mouth don't get.
The last person I said no to.
T.I., do you love Miami or what?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I do.
You come down to your vacation over here?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, well, you know, not necessarily vacation. You know, so I just come down here and parlay.
You got a spot over here or no?
No comment. Nah. I used to have a spot. I used to stay on Aqua Island. I used to.
Nice.
Me and Fat Joe, we used to stay in the same complex. But, you know, I let that go when I went to prison. So now, you know what I'm saying? December 18th, y'all go get that out, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to be right back down here, man. You know what I'm saying? Part of the city with you guys.
Go get it, man. T.I. in the studio, the king of the South. Thank you so much for coming in,
Thanks
man.
for having me, bro.
Those doors are always open for you.
It's been real.
And, who's the research person so I can fire him?
Yeah, because hey, listen, I know we're up early, man.
Step in my office. You're fired.
If you go out partying.